If you're interested in learning how you can get your first multifamily property under contract, then you found the right place. Hey Daniel, intro please. Hey, how's it going, friend? Juan Pablo here, full-time real estate investor. Now on this YouTube channel, we typically cover three things: personal finance, such as credit; funding, having a repeatable source of investment capital; and last, real estate investing with the emphasis of multi-units. So if you're interested in learning those things, again, you found the right place. Now, if you want to learn more, then hey, just do what the algorithm requires. Make sure you like and subscribe our video, so that way Google, the algorithm, can do its thing and provide you with additional material to help you along your journey towards financial freedom. So without further ado, let's get into the topic. All right, so we're talking about buying your first multifamily property and beyond. So first things first, you gotta get the deal done, period. I know the first one's always the hardest, I get it. And it's somewhat challenging to go from inertia to start getting momentum. It's kind of like pushing a parked car that's in neutral, or a car that's in neutral, I should say, not parked. And it takes some effort and some strain to start getting some traction, but once you start gaining momentum, now you're moving. So it's somewhat similar to that in regard to investing in multifamily. You just gotta push hard to get the first one done. All right, now I'm gonna share with you 3 ways of how to get the first one done. So this is the first thing you need to do. You gotta find the money. Get approved for a commercial mortgage. So you need to reach out to a commercial mortgage lender in the environment, in the market that you plan to invest in. Maybe meet up with the person for coffee or just give them a call. Establish a relationship so that way you can get approved for funding. And this is important because I remember one time I was investing in a property. Now this is after I quit my 9 to 5 and retired, right? I quit my day job, right? And after I quit my day job, I had some losses on my tax returns to reduce my tax liability. And as a result, it made it difficult for me to get qualified for mortgages. But being that I had a great relationship, rapport established with my mortgage lender, we met up for lunch. And I said, hey, Linda, I understand that you won't fund this deal, even though the numbers work, but I'm just confused as to why. What's going on? Well, Juan, you have these losses on your tax returns, and I get it. You're an investor. You're trying to reduce the money that you have to pay to Uncle Sam, reduce your tax liability. I understand that, but you gotta look good on paper, right? Because looking good on paper makes us feel confident from a bank perspective to be able to provide you with the financing. Okay, that makes sense. But just curious, Linda, what's the workaround? How can I get around this, get through this, go under it some kind of way? How can I make this happen? Okay, Juan, well, if you do a limited partnership and you reduce your equity to less than 19%, I'll approve you for the mortgage, but that just entails you getting a partner or two. So as a result of that rapport being established, it's not just cold calling someone and just seeing if I can get approved. No, I established a relationship with her where we met up for lunch. That's the point that I'm making. So that way, even if you get denied, get disqualified for a mortgage, that person can give you not only the reasons why you got denied, but how you can get approved. Okay, and I have another video on this about commercial mortgages, so just check the link in the description to learn more. It's a video recommendation for you. Now, the second step is this. This is the second thing you need in order to close on your first multifamily property. So outside of having the money solidified, first and foremost, the mortgage, the second thing is locating the right deal. So you want to make sure you locate a profitable deal, a cash flowing deal that produces cash flow, passive income. After all the bills are paid in full, the debt service and reserves and all that good stuff, there's profit left over in your pocket, okay? So you want to find the right deal, but also in the right market. You want to invest in a market that's safe, first and foremost, affordable, that produces decent returns. So once you locate the right deal in the right market, well, now you're on to something. Now you're able to find a sweet deal that you can close on. Now, I do have a video recommendation for you as well. So I know I mentioned, finding the right deal in the right market, but you might say, well, what makes a deal a deal? Well, I actually have a video on that. It's another video recommendation. Just check the link below to get access to it, so that way you can learn more. Now let's get into the third thing that you need to be able to buy your first multifamily property. The third thing is this. Once you find the money, then you find a deal, you gotta lock it under contract and see it all the way through. And that's where most beginning multifamily investors falter and fall short. It's a different ball game. Investing in multifamily, yes, is similar to investing in residential single-family properties, but it has its differences. And you don't want to carry over your same mindset and same processes that you do with single-family over to multifamily, because if you do, then you can do some things wrong and the deals can fall through the cracks. Because I had many students who've done that, in which they felt frustrated, they felt angry, some of them felt like it was a personal attack on them. They felt dejected because they get a multifamily property in the contract and the deal falls through because of financing, or the deal falls through because of the financials. The deal falls through because of the bank not being able to perform their own adequate due diligence, as a result of the seller not providing important key supporting documents, right? And it's very challenging for some, because when a person who's investing in multifamily for the first time has a deal in the contract and they're excited and the deal falls through, it goes back to gaining some inertia, like you're pushing the car, you're getting momentum, and then boom, you hit a pothole and it's like, oh man, things are starting to slow down. And some people, they stop pushing. They stop trying to move forward, and guess what they do? You're right, you got it. They stall. They pull over to the side of the road and just sit there and, oh, woe is me. Just like I'm sitting on this desk, they're sitting on the hood of the car with their thumb out, hoping someone like a limited partner can come in and help them through this deal. All right, so you gotta make sure that once you get under contract, that you see the deal all the way through by performing proper due diligence, as well as just being committed, just knowing the right process, because multifamily is different, to see it to closing. All right, so I gave you 2 video recommendations. Now, if you like additional training, like more in depth about how you can use OPM, other people's money, to acquire cash flowing multi-unit properties in the right markets, then all you have to do, my friend, is just check the links below in the description. All right, so as always, guys, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately.